In its second season as a program, the Liberty men's swimming and diving team continued to show why they are one of the premier programs in the nation. And after spending last season as an assistant coach, new head coach Heath Grishaw has the program moving into the direction of making them a nationally known program. And sitting down with me now is the head coach of the swim and diving team, Heath Grishaw. Thanks for sitting down with us, Heath.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick.
Heath, going into your first year now, taking the helm over as head coach, I know you now have a semester under your belt and also started getting more familiar with some of the other ins and outs that come with the coaching responsibilities. But talk a little bit about, y'all's first semester and then also taking over such a new role of becoming the head coach of the team now.
Yeah, so this semester's been really good. Last semester was awesome. It was a brand new team. We had, including divers and swimmers, we had 4 returners from last year's team, and so that was kind of a new thing. There was no familiar faces really. It was a brand new group of kids joining us, and so kind of figuring out what that was going to look like. But it also gave me a really awesome opportunity to figure out what kind of foundation I wanted to build with the program and what kind of foundation we wanted to set for this team, and hopefully a foundation that would be solid for the next years to come, you know, with me being here and with me not being here, having a solid foundation for that team.
And yeah, you've been able to set a solid foundation. Obviously, as you said, team kind of transitioned and changed from last year's team, obviously with you now being the coach from Parker Spencer. But like, not only that, but even I know the roster kind of maybe went down a little bit, just in a couple of numbers. But as far as competitiveness and quality, you guys are still very not only a quality team, but also a team that still looks like potentially could be making that push for top 20 ranking in the nation. Right,
yeah, so we went down in numbers in the first semester. We were at around 18 people on the team, and that was six divers and 12 swimmers. Now we've actually added 6 swimmers for this semester. So we went back up in numbers. We did have to, lose 2 people just because, semesters change and everything, and awesome opportunities come towards people's ways. But we're actually up in numbers now. We're around 22 people on the team, which is about where last year's team was. So I definitely agree. A top 20 position would be great in the nation. We would even like to see top 15, especially being my first year as head coach. And I think that would be an awesome way to kind of make a splash in the swimming college club swimming world.
And talk a little bit about now heading into this semester. Obviously, you guys had a bit of a month hangover and layoff. And talk, how has that been transitioning the guys, getting them back into kind of the swing of things with the practice routine, early practices, and even trying to get them more conditioned to obviously some of your championship meets that you'll have this year?
Yeah, so we've actually switched up our practice schedules completely. We did a completely big change and actually got rid of a practice and added a whole different idea to swimming and into practicing, and that was actually an alternative way. We're trying to do a little bit of cross training. We've gone running now, we're doing cycling classes, we're trying to do some yoga, some rollout sessions, anything that can help our guys recover but also train a different way, maybe get their aerobic base built. That way they're not getting burnt out in the water, but they're also building muscle and endurance in other ways. We've really seen a big change in team bonding as well, which has been awesome. So this semester's been a big change for a lot of the guys, and we've even seen it as a big positive. A lot of guys look forward to morning swims. A lot of guys are looking forward to morning practices because there's not as many, but there's also, a big emphasis on being there, teaching them to swim in the mornings and just swim tired, getting ready for nationals when it's a 3-day competition. Learning that tiredness is just a mental mindset and pushing forward and pushing past that and just swimming and competing at a top notch.
And talk about a positive. Obviously, you guys are about to have history this year, hosting your first ever natatorium meet and first home meet for the swim and diving team. Talk a little bit about that coming in next week or so, and just prepping not only for that, but just even more so just like having first home meet and hopefully the first of many home meets to come.
Yeah, February 9th is coming up fast, and so we're excited. I am blessed that I am able to be a part of that history and be a part of men's swimming having their first home meet ever. The guys are hungry for it. The guys are excited. They really want to impress the school and bring their friends and just show what we've been training hard for the past 2 years, and just showing off that beautiful natatorium. We're blessed to be in that, and so the guys are looking forward to it, and we're excited to make history.
And speaking of making history, later down the year, you guys have obviously your conference championship meet, and then you have 2 separate national meets that you have to go to, one in Ohio with the swim team and then one for diving in Colorado. Talk a little bit about kind of build toward those 3 different types of meets, because obviously they're kind of what make up the season and the end goal of the season. So talk a little bit about building towards those events.
Right, yeah, so, the building actually starts in the beginning of the year, and just kind of a way of preparing our goals. Goal setting is huge. And so we did that. We went to regionals in November up in Rutgers, and the guys did extremely well. We finished 3rd, and with such a small team, like we were talking about earlier, finishing 3rd was incredible. We blew past our expectations. All the guys swam best times in every single event. I don't think we had one added time, which was extremely awesome. So that was a big praise. And so building up from that 3-day meet at Rutgers and to now, it's just training their aerobic base, getting their endurance up, but also hitting a lot of power, learning what that looks like in the water, how to hold that water. But we're just building up, making sure that the guys understand we can't take any days off. We can't focus on the situations that we can't control, but focusing on the situations that we can control. That's sleep, that's eating right, that's preparing mentally, that's preparing physically in every way. So we have awesome strength trainers that are getting the guys ready in the weight room. We have awesome athletic trainers that are keeping them healthy when they are recovering and seeing them. And so the guys are doing a great job with that, but it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so that's the biggest thing that we're telling the guys, is just make sure that we are preparing for the long haul, and that's March. It's not a practice in 2 days. It's March. So,
well, Heath, we're definitely excited to see what things come in finishing out your guys' first year, but thanks for sitting down with us, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Hey, thank you, Patrick.